Hey there, humans. I have to do this intro video for Daddy's deck video today. Daddy says that we're going to do some new things on the channel. He says that there's going to be surprise Saturdays and super deck Sundays. We're all very excited, including me. I'm excited though because I have this coming to me as soon as I do a good job. Don't forget to tune in also on Tuesdays for Dollarama Draws of Destiny and on Thursdays for new set versus old set. Without further ado, here's today's super special Saturday video. A double deck video for you guys. You guys are so lucky. Okay, Daddy, I've done enough. Now give me my treat. Thank you. Bye, humans. Treat time. Bum, 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 bum. Good evening, Magic players and card collectors of all kinds. I got a special video for you tonight if I can get my lighting to work right. Ugly. Oh, there we go, that's better. I don't know how it got half zoomed, but there we go. Alright. We are set, and we are in place, and we are good to go for an exciting special... Ooh, damn. I'll get there eventually. Oh yeah. Apologies for the technical difficulties. I just wanted to be able to shoot that excellent grab from the pug. We're doing a special video today because I got a little bit crazy. I've been giving this a lot of thought over the last few months, and they've been sitting at my LGS, and I've been thinking, what the hell? It could be a really interesting thing to try and do. So, today, we are looking at not one, but two precons! And my intention is to open up both these precons, go through them with you, and then I'm going to eventually build a deck out of the two of them combined. So, we'll start with the Fallout. I'm going to admit that I have very little to no interest in Fallout whatsoever. I have no idea what the game, or I'm pretty sure it's a game, is about. When the Fallout set came out, I was really interested in the Mothman deck. So was Anthony, if you recall. But I don't think either of us ended up getting it. Deck box is nice. I love the tall ones more than I like the sideways ones, to be honest. I just find them more... they stay together better than the sideways ones do. Plus the artwork is really nice on them, I find. Sideways ones, it's like a 50-50. Like, that's just a starter deck, but I mean, still. It's got nothing on it. Anyways. What was I saying? So yeah, my plan... I don't really know much of anything about Fallout whatsoever. It's not something that's ever interested in me. But, I am interested in this energy mechanic. And I've been watching videos about it. And it seems like the energy mechanic is, it's not great. And it seems like neither of these decks quite hit the mark. But I'm thinking that between the two of them, I can put together something really cool. So that's what my game plan is. So we'll start with the Fallout. Like I say, I don't really know much about Fallout, but I'm interested in how this works. We've got the human scientist here, Dr. Madison Lee. She gives us some energy when we cast an artifact, and we can do a bunch of stuff with her energy if we have enough. Liberty Prime Recharge, to be honest, I'm thinking about making that my commander for the deck. Vigilance Trample Haste, whenever it attacks or blocks, sacrifice unless you pay 2 energy. Pay 2, sacrifice an artifact, and you get 2 energy and draw a card. But you gotta tap it, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. Vigilance Lifelink. Each creature you control that's an artifact or a human gains indestructible until end of turn if you exile this. That's pretty good. Enchant creature. When Nerd Rage enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards. Enchanted creature has you have no maximum hand size. When this creature attacks, if you have 10 or more cards in hand, it gets +10/+10 until end of turn. Damn. Robo Brain Warmind. Its power is equal to the number of cards in your hand. When it enters the battlefield, you get an amount of energy equal to the number of artifact creatures you control. That's good. When it attacks, you may pay 3 energy, and if you do, you get to draw a card. That kind of sucks. But at least getting a lot of energy. I've been wondering how you're going to generate energy in this so far. Deals 5 damage to any target. Excess damage dealt to a permanent this way. Create that many tapped treasure tokens. That's pretty good. Owen Leon's artifacts you control have Ward 1. When it enters the battlefield or dies, return target artifact from your graveyard to your hand. Nice. Behemoth of Vault 0. Trample. When it enters the battlefield, you get 4 energy. Nice. When it dies, you may pay an amount of energy equal to target non-land permanent mana value. When you do, destroy that permanent. Okay. Is that a May? Yeah. Fortification land is tapped for mana. Put +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. If that creature shares a color with the mana that land produced, create a junk to... What? Artifact Fortification, okay. Fortify 3, attached to target land... Okay, there we go. That's why. Alright, I get it. Endurance Bobblehead. 1 mana of any color. Nice. Expert Safe level. Intelligence Bobblehead. I wonder how many bobbleheads there are. Nuka-Cola vending machine. Hooray for cola! Cola, cola, cola. Not a sponsor, just something I love to drink. Exile target artifact or enchantment. Tap target creature. If you control 3 or more artifacts, exile it. Exile target creature. Its owner gains life equal to its power. Oh. Ooh, I like the artwork on Swords that Plowshares. That's pretty cool. Glimmer of Genius. Scry 2, draw 2 cards, get 2 energy. Draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact. When Whirler Rogue enters the battlefield, create 2... Ooh, I like the artwork on Whirler Rogue. Nice. Loyal Apprentice. Big combat on your turn if you control a commander. Create a 1/1 colorless stopped or artifact creature token with flying. It gets haste until end of turn. Nice. Discard a card to draw 2. Artifact Arcane Signet. Ever-Flowing Chalice. Lightning Greaves. Mind Stone. Soul Ring. On the bonus, I get an extra Soul Ring and an extra Command Tower for some other decks I'm building by doing this too, which is nice. The talismans are really pretty with their artwork there. Automated assembly line. Whenever one or more artifact creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, you get energy. Okay. Tap, you get energy, but only if you control 3 or more artifacts. Whenever you get 1 or more energy during your turn, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Nice. Whenever Overcome enters the battlefield, enchanted opponent creates a clue token, a food token, and a junk token. At the beginning of combat on enchanted opponent's turn, that player may pay 1 for each artifact they control. If they don't, creatures can't attack this. Oh, that's neat. Steel Flagship. I don't play a lot of artifact vehicles, but that one's not bad. Sentry Bot. Vault 13, Dweller's Journey. Curie Emergent Intelligence. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, draw cards equal to its base power. Okay. James Wandering Dad. Nick Valentine, Private Eye. Synth Infiltrator. still not seeing a lot of things that give energy. You get 2 energy off this one. Enters the battlefield, choose target opponent. You gain an amount of energy equal to the number of non-basic lands that person controls. That's not bad. Cost 5, but that's not bad. See, now there's where you get it. Equipped creature gets attacks, you get 2 energy. That's nice. Pay 2 energy, choose target creature that's blocking. Equipped creature, flip a coin. If you win, the flip exile a chosen creature. Otherwise, it deals 1 damage to it. When it attacks, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may get 2 energy counters. If you don't, you may play the card this turn. Huh. Arcade Ganon? He looks cute. I like it. Electro-Siphon. Red Death Shipbreaker. Rex Cyberhound. Sentinel Sarah Leon's. Lots of legendary creatures in this. Sean, Father of Synths. Not sure what a synth is, but Vault 112. Brotherhood Vertibird. Flying. Its power is equal to the number of artifacts you... Damn! When this enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy. Equipped creature gets +3/+3 and doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay energy. If you do untap equipped creature, then put your choice of menace, trample, or lifelink counter on it. Nice. Some land. This one gives you some energy. Austere Command is a good one. Open the vaults. Nice. Oh, from all graveyards. So you're definitely... Ooh, that's crazy. Wake the Past. Craziness. There's a few things that recur everything that you lose. Ooh, we got a Solemn Simulacrum. It's our first one we've ever gotten. Nice. We have a sad robot. Some beautiful artwork on the lands. Not sure how well my camera's catching it, but it's definitely beautiful artwork. And then our basics. Nice. We got our extra thick commander. And we got a bunch of tokens. Cool. Very nice, very nice. That is our first energy deck. We're going to put that in its box for now. I'm going to open the second deck, and then I'm going to do the bonus cards at the end, I think. Actually, no, we'll do one pack now, and we'll do one pack at the end. We want to make sure that you're engaged in watching all the way through the video, so... see what we get. Alright, that's the advertisement, and we got... Bam! Ooh, Codsworth Handy Helper. Commanders you control have Ward 2. Add 2 white. Spend this mana only to cast aura and or equipment spells. Attach target aura or equipment you control to target creature you control. Nice! That thing's crazy cool. I like that a lot. And... Blasphemous Act! Nice! We got our first copy of Blasphemous Act ever. This is freaking great. That was an awesome opening. Alright. See if this deck can match it, at least in terms of the end cards. I've heard this one's better in terms of producing energy, which is good, because we're going to need some stuff that produces more energy than what we got in the first deck. Set aside our bonus pack there. This one's a sideways box. Like I say, I don't know. The sideways boxes always seem to skimp on the artwork to a certain extent. Not all of them. Like Witherbloom had really nice artwork on it, but a lot of them just don't have any artwork on the sides other than the magic symbol, and then on the back it's just the mana symbols. Like it's, I like the tall boxes. Tall boxes are really cool. You got the energy, you got the mana symbols on the side, you got the magic on the back, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just weird. Well, we all know I'm weird. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know I'm weird, but that's besides the point. Alright, let's get this garbage out of our way. We got our deck there. Let's dive into it and see what we've got for deck number 2. Seriously though, that Codsworth is a really cool card. Alright. So we got Satya? Let's go with Satya. Aether Flux Genius. Menace, haste, whenever it attacks, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of one other target non-token creature you control. You get 2 energy. And then at the beginning of your end step, you sacrifice that token unless you pay an amount of energy equal to its mana value. That's our thick copy. There's our original. We also have Kaith, Famed Mechanist. Fabricate 1. When this creature enters the battlefield, put +1/+1 counter on it or create a 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature token. Non-token creatures you control have Fabricate 1. And then you can pay 2 and choose to either proliferate or populate. Craziness. I like that one. Flying Lifelink. Whenever you gain life, you gain that many energy. Pay X energy, draw X cards. Probably won't do the second part, but it's nice to get some energy. When this enters the battlefield, you get 4 energy. When it attacks, you may pay 2 energy. If you do, target instant or sorcery in your graveyard gains Jumpstart until end of turn. Which means you can cast the card from your graveyard by discarding a card in addition to paying its other cost, then exile it. Localized Destruction, you get an energy counter, then you may pay 1 or more energy. If you do, each creature you control with power equal to the amount of energy paid this way gains indestructible until end of turn. Destroy all creatures. Aether Refinery. You get energy. You may pay 1 or more energy. If you do, create an XX black Aetherborn token where X is the amount of energy paid this way. This thing gives you double energy, which is nice too. Put a time counter on Hourglass of the Lost. Remove X time counters from it and then exile it. And return each non-land permanent with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield. Flying Trample Vigilance. Whenever you attack, creatures you control get +2/+2 and indestructible until end of turn. Nice. Plaster Hulk. Each energy you paid or lost this turn reduces the cost. It's got haste. When it attacks, you get 2 energy. Then you can pay 8 energy. If you do, it deals 8 damage divided as you choose among 8 targets. Up to 8 targets. Razorfield Ripper. You get energy when the equipped creature attacks, or when this thing attacks. And then it gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the amount of energy you have. Pay 2 or 3 energy to reconfigure. Silverquill Lecturer. Creature spells you cast have Demonstrate. When you cast a spell, you may copy it. If you do, choose an opponent may also copy it. Each copy becomes a token. Nice. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 3 energy. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on this thing. When this thing attacks, double its power until end of turn. When this thing deals combat damage to a creature, if that creature was dealt excess damage this turn, you get X energy, where X is the excess damage. Stone Idol Generator. Whenever a creature attacks, you get energy. You can pay 6 energy. Nice. Aurora Shifter. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you get that much energy. You can pay 2 energy at the beginning of your combat. It becomes a copy of another target creature you control, except it has this ability. Cool. Conversion Apparatus. Tap it for mana. Tap it and get energy. Pay energy and get mana in any combination. Gonti's Aether Heart. Or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you get... So this deck's getting a lot more energy generation. So I think this deck is probably going to have a lot more of the cards it's got in it going into the combined deck. But that doesn't mean we're not going to run a bunch of stuff from that other one. It's got a lot of good stuff, and whatever we don't run is probably going to end up in one of our other new decks that we're building. So many decks, so many magic cards. Ooh, 6 energy when this thing enters. You can pay 4 energy to return it to its owner's hand, so basically you can make 2 energy off of it when you... This thing gives you 2 energy when you attack. When this thing enters, you get 2 energy. Bite into Thassa. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. Creatures your opponents control attack this turn if able. Shit. Temple of Alignment, Battleforge, Mirror Battlesphere is nice. Ooh, we got a Goblin Rogue. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you can... well, there's our first goading card. We'll take that out right now. Because we do not play goad, as you guys all know. But I mean, that's the only one I've seen so far in 2 decks. It's not bad. Choose one. If you control a commander as you cast this, you can choose both instead. Creatures you control gain Flying, Vigilance, and Double Strike, or creatures you control gain Lifelink, Indestructible, and Protection from each color. Shit. That's a great spell. Combustible Gearhulk. First strike. When enters battlefield, target opponent may have you draw 3 cards. If the player doesn't, you mill 3 cards, then this thing deals damage equal to... Wow. Aetherworks Marvel. Whenever a permanent you control is put into a graveyard, you get energy. Angel of Invention. Flying, Lifelink, Vigilance, Fabricate 2. Confiscation Coup. You get 4 energy. Another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you get energy. Nice. This is looking really good. There's a lot more ways to generate energy in this one. Austere Command's really good. You got a Midnight Clock in there, Professional Facebreaker. Craziness. Farewell's in this one. This one's got some stacks. Ooh, we got a second Solemn Simulacrum. I hope my head wasn't in the way while I was doing that. My back's a little sore. Enters battlefield, exile up to 1 target non-land, non-token permanent you don't control with mana value 4 or less. When this thing leaves the battlefield, the exile corner... Oh, okay. Yeah. Castle Vantress. Jolted Awake. Bespoke Battle Wagon. Yep, lots of ways to get energy in this one. We're definitely going to combine a lot of the cards in this one that generate energy with the ones that benefit from energy in that one, probably. Scurry of Gremlins. Enters a battlefield, create 2/1/1 red gremlin creature tokens, and you get an amount of energy equal to the number of creatures you control. Shit. Tetheret's Gamble can paid with... Yep. Draw 2 cards and proliferate. Burnished Hearts in here. Soul Ring. Arcane Signet. Era of Innovation. Artifact or Artificer enters the battlefield under your control. You may pay 1. If you do, get 2 energy. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you get energy. When this thing enters, you get 3 energy. Yeah, there's just a lot more generation of energy in this one, which is really good. Because that last deck was really sorely needing it, and I think that if you can combine a lot of the energy generation from this one with a lot of the payoffs from that one, you're going to have a really sick energy burn deck. So I'm looking forward to building that, and we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, we had only 1 card with goading, which, of course, is a red one. The fact that it's a legendary too is interesting. One day I may build a Go deck using all the cards that I hate. Just for the sake of doing it. But in the meantime, before I forget, we've got this to open. Woo! Alright, let's end this video on a bang. So, see if we can pull fire. We pulled fire in the last deck box. Can we pull fire two times in a row? We pull out the useless art card, and bam! Ooh! Omo, Queen of Vesuva. Shapeshifter Noble. When it enters a battlefield or attacks, put an everything counter on each of up to one. Oh, this is the other commander. Cool. Nice, I like this. And we got a hard evidence. Okay, the hard evidence I don't care about that much. But I do like the Omo Queen of Vesuva, and I like the full art. Very nice, very nice. Does it beat the Clockwork? You guys tell me, which one do you think is the better card? I think they're both pretty darn good. But I'm not sure which one I'm leaning towards. I mean, this one's the rarer one because it's got the orange instead of the yellow, but they're both pretty damn good. And then we got the Blasphemous Act 2. We did really good on the extra pulls. Alright. Oh, I also got these nice, cool blue see-through dice and sapphire sleeves for this deck. So it's going to be really awesome when it's all put together. But in the meantime, that's all I've got for you today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Much love to you all. From me to you. Take care. And bye!